When I was young, I spent summers with my grandmother in the countryside. It was my favorite place, filled with gardening, baking, and late-night ghost stories. One evening, I complained about the frogs by the pond, whose incessant croaking kept me from enjoying the night breeze. My grandmother, with a serious look, told me a story of an old man who hated the frogs singing. He caught and killed them all, ignoring his wife's warning that the frogs kept the Wendigo, a terrifying whip-like creature, away. That night, without the frogs' protection, the Wendigo killed them both. I didn't think much of the story, assuming it was just another of my grandmother's eerie tales, but when I took a Native American literature class years later, I remembered her story and looked up the Wendigo. To my surprise, there were no mentions of frogs protecting against it. Instead, the Wendigo in legends was a flesh-hungry demon, sometimes created by cannibalism, and nothing like my grandmother's version. I laughed, thinking how she had probably made it all up. This summer, I moved into a new duplex on the edge of town. The house feels isolated, surrounded by woods, with a pond in the distance, much like my grandmother's home. The frogs have been croaking loudly at night, but I've grown used to the noise. However, tonight feels different. The air is unnervingly still and cold, despite all the windows being shut. My sense of dread is growing as I stand in my living room, staring into the darkness where the pond lies. The frogs have suddenly stopped singing. I don't know what's worse, the thought of going outside into the woods or staying inside feeling trapped and uneasy. I can't shake the feeling that something is watching me.